Hey guys, and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be predicting the scores of week 19 of this 2021-2022 Premier League season. As always though, before we get on to this week's predictions, let's have a look at how well we got on in week 12. So Nathan, how did you get on?
So last week I had a pretty good week. I had 11 points with 2 perfect scores, that being at Villa to beat Brighton 2-0 and Man City to beat Everton 3-0.
Yeah, I had the one perfect score, but had less points than you, Nathan. I only came away with 6.5 points in the end. Top scorer, though, for week 12 was Hafiz Imran, and Hafiz, or Mohammed as he is also known as, came away with 12 points with 3 perfect scores. So congratulations to you, Hafiz Imran, on that one. So how does that affect the leaderboard? Well, our old friend Henry Troy still at the top of the leaderboard on 116 points, or 116.5 points, just the half a point in front of Musa Sultan. Nathan, you're currently in 25th position on 99.5 points, and I'm just one position above you, also on 99.5 points in 24th position. But enough of last week. Let's crack on and make some predictions for week 14.
Okay, so first up we have the midday on Saturday between Arsenal and Newcastle. Now Arsenal, no surprise there really. Liverpool absolutely destroying them 4-0. Arteta's tactics were just completely wrong in that one. Coming up against Newcastle side, however, getting another draw. Solid 3-3 win against Brentford, even though maybe if Eddie Howe was there, they could have possibly won that with how bad Brentford have been considering their injuries and everything recently. But don't know whether Eddie Howe is going to be back for this one. If he is, then this will be a bit positive, but you should be able to see Arsenal win this one, especially with their good form they've been on. So 2-1 to Arsenal. Yeah, I agree. I'm actually going to go exactly the same score as you, Nathan. 2-1. Okay, Arsenal, you say they're in good form. Okay, they did have 3 wins on the trot recently. Last time out, absolutely mullered, weren't they, by Liverpool 4-0. Could have been even more than that. But yeah, victories against an off-form Aston Villa, Leicester, Watford. Okay, a decent draw against Palace, and an okay draw, or 0-0 away draw against Brighton. But we know Brighton haven't won for quite a while now. So tight game for me this one. If Eddie Howe is back, then we will have a lot of influence over that Newcastle team. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to the Gunners in this one. First of the 3 o'clock kickoffs on Saturday sees Crystal Palace come up against a resurgence, maybe. Aston Villa, a very good victory for the Villains last week with a 2-0 win, wasn't it, at home against Brighton. Palace, a 3-3 draw, wow, away against Burnley. So yeah, Palace have been, see that often from Burnley.
You don't. Palace have been in decent form. They've only lost twice this season, which is excellent. Goal-wise, 18 goals, 17 against, 4 draws in their last 6. Not sure where this one could go. Villa can come out all guns blazing, but I'm going to go for the home side. They've been in fairly decent form recently. They're going to nick this one 2-1. Yeah,
for me, Villa were absolutely superb against Brighton last week, and with the way they've been playing and the squad they've got, I think they're going to start to rise up the table under Steven Gerrard. But Palace's form recently has been superb. I don't know which way to go with this one. In fact, I think it's going to be a stalemate 1-1. Next up we got Liverpool versus Southampton. Now Southampton, not really sure what to make of them, to be honest. 2 losses in 6 matches, getting the odd wins here and there, sort of doing okay. You'd imagine them to happen.
The lowest joint scorers in the Premier League with Tottenham. It's only Norwich has scored less than them.
To be fair, they are grinding out results. That's the thing with them, though. They're coming up against the Liverpool team, no problems with scoring. Most goals scored in the league. 1 defeat in 6, and now that was that shock result against West Ham, even though West Ham have been superb. For me, I think Liverpool are just going to overload them once again, despite loads of injury issues. 3-0.
Yeah, well, that West Ham defeat was their first defeat of the season. Haven't lost apart from that in the league. They should overcome this Southampton team, even though Liverpool have got a lot of injuries at the moment. Jota with that superb goal, such a great composure, sort of flooring the goalkeeper and defender in that match. Southampton, not really scoring too many goals. I can only see one victor. I'm going to go for a 3-0 victory to Liverpool.
Interesting.
Next, we've got Norwich, who've actually made back-to-back wins and are no longer on the bottom of the table. Coming up,
and in fact, they're only 4 points away from finishing better than Derby as well, which is nuts to think about this time of the season.
It is, especially 2 wins, 2 draws, 8 defeats. Coming up against a Wolves team who, astoundingly now, have crept up like a ninja at the Premier League table. Currently in 6th position, could get into the Champions League. Well, no, actually they can't this weekend, but they're very close to them. A very good win last time out at home against West Ham, who have been brilliant themselves this season. Norwich full of confidence at the moment with a new manager. I think Wolves are going to nick it. They got a decent defence, 1-0.
Yeah, I think it's just that one game new manager bounce for Norwich, but I'm still really not convinced by that squad. I mean, the decisions that Dean Smith made to start likes of Billy Gilmore, Brandon Williams, that sort of thing there was just the stupid mistakes that Daniel Farke was making, and just being stubborn and playing proven players even though they're not proven at all good enough for the Premier League. But that Wolves team, and great to see Raul Jimenez score last week. I'm going to go 2-1 Wolves. Next up, we've got Brighton versus Leeds. Now, Leeds did impress me against Tottenham, only in the first half, and then they just absolutely unravelled like a wet pie in the second half. And then Brighton, what can we say about them? Draw, lost, draw. Just terrible run of form from Brighton. Conceding goals, not scoring enough either. Just the same old Graham Potter mistakes really with that squad. I think considering how well Leeds played in the first half, I think they should be able to get this one over the line, so I'm going to go 2-1 Leeds.
Yeah, I think it'll be tight. Brighton now winless since the 19th of September when they beat Leicester in the league. So I think it was 2-1 or something like that. Can't remember exactly. But Brighton, for all their good start to the season, they've sort of fallen by the wayside a bit. I know they had that good draw against Liverpool, but Leeds just hovering above the relegation zone. I think they will go to Brighton and carve out a draw though, so I'm going to go for 1-1 in this one. Next we move on to the Sunday matches where we've got Brentford coming up against Everton. Now, I know Everton have got all sorts of injury problems at the moment, but so have Brentford too. Last time out was a 3-3 draw against Newcastle. Actually tipped Newcastle in that match. I think they will score in this match, but I think Everton will as well. They've got a bit of a leaky defence, Brentford, haven't they?
So do Everton at the moment. As well.
They have. So there's going to be goals. And outrageously, I'm normally really conservative with my scoreline. I'm actually going to go for a 3-2 home win to the Bees.
Interesting. Well, with this one for me, for some reason, when you normally get two really leaky defences,
it'll be 0-0.
It just turns really good, but I don't know. I think Everton have a lot more defensive issues for me from the last couple of games than Brentford do, and I just think Brentford are going to nick it as well, 1-0. Next up, we've got Burnley versus Spurs. Now, Spurs terrible in the first half. I don't know what Conte said to him at half time against Leeds. And then Burnley, when was the last time we saw them score 3 goals?
Yeah.
Especially to come back 3-3. That's unheard of for a Burnley side.
Well, actually, they beat Brentford 3-1 a few weeks ago.
Yeah, but I know, but 3-3. When was the last time that happened for Burnley? But I think it's going to be back to their old ways, and Spurs are going to start to get this rhythm under Conte, so I'm going to go 2-0.
2-0 to Spurs. Well, I think it's going to finish all square. I'm going to go for a 1-1 scoreline. Harry Kane now, just 1 goal in the Premier League. He's been knocking them left, right and centre in for England, even though they've been playing the minnows of Europe.
Playing a bunch of postmen.
Yeah, I think Son's on something like 4 goals for the season. Tough place to go, Turf Moor. They're not going to like it up there. Was it Reguilon scored the winner last weekend? I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one. Tough place to go, Turf Moor. Next up, we got also at 2 o'clock on Sunday. We've got Leicester coming up against Watford. Who knows? It's a toss-up coin, this one. Watford could turn up, do what they did to Manchester United last time out, but we know what's happening to Man United at the moment.
Or they could do a Liverpool.
They could. I know Man United won this evening away in the Champions League, so that's a positive there for Michael Carrick. Leicester, uncharacteristically, really, in 12th position. 2 defeats in their last 2 matches, but they have been at home against Arsenal and Chelsea. They are at home against Watford. You don't know what you're going to get. But I'm going to go. Jamie Vardy hasn't been scoring for a while. He's in my fantasy football team. I'm going to put faith in him this week. I might even put him as captain. What am I doing? I'm going to go for Leicester 3, Watford 1.
Interesting. It's going to be a tight game, but yeah, I think Leicester are going to take it over the line. I mean, they have been improving recently, but they just need to get something through, and I'm going to go 2-1 Leicester.
Brilliant.
Ignore the phone, of course.
Yes. And who have we got next?
Next up, we have got Man City versus West Ham. Top of the table clash, 4th versus 2nd. 2 teams doing superb. Minus, well, West Ham did lose to Wolves last time around, but Wolves have been absolutely superb recently, of course. And Man City, just as good, really. 3-0 win against Everton, 2-0 against Man United. Could be scoring more, but are still lacking that striker. Going to be goals in this one for me. I'm going to go 3-2 to Man City, though just about edging it.
Yeah, I think, well, Man City are a machine.
Yeah.
They lost at home against Palace recently, but this West Ham side, I don't know, they've been brilliant. Will they bounce back in this one? It's a tough match for them. Losing at home against Wolves, we know how defensively solid Wolves can be. I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to Man City in this one. I'm not sure if Foden's out for this, maybe got an injury niggle there. The final match of the weekend, we've got Chelsea currently 1-0 up against Juventus in the Champions League, being recorded on a Tuesday evening. Manchester United victorious themselves in Europe, as we've already mentioned.
I wonder why.
Chelsea look magnificent. Kante absolutely fantastic. Lukaku's on the bench this evening in Europe, so he may even get into that starting lineup against the Red Devils on the weekend. Can't see Man United scoring. Said already, the fly-in wing-backs or full-backs for Chelsea look awesome. 3-0 for me to the Blues at home.
Solid 3-0 there, Chelsea victory. For me, even with Ole being sacked, and you know our exact opinions about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and, well, the standard of a manager he is, but for me it's the coaching staff that's to be changed as well, so I'm going to go for solid 3-0 Man City. 3-0 Chelsea, I should say.
Fantastico. So that concludes our predictions for week 13 of the 2021-2022 Premier League season. As usual, make sure you leave your predictions over at the Super Brew website. The usual link, the usual code, if you're not already joined up to that, is completely free to play. Let's see if we can overhaul Henry Troy at the top of the table. I'm going to be doing my best. Hopefully my predictions and yours predictions will bear fruit for us this week, Nathan. But before we go, is there anything you'd like to add?
Another manager has gone. Who's next?
Who's next?
If there are going to be any, because half of them have been sacked.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the Watford manager,
Ranieri,
perhaps.
Already. Yeah. For me, it's going to be either Ranieri, or if things don't start to turn around and they start to plummet down the league, Rafakt Benitez, as I call
Everton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Everton now winless, well, in at least 6. They've only won 4 times this season, haven't they? When was the last time they actually...
They haven't won since September.
25th, when it was Norwich, bottom of the table, and they haven't actually. Listen to who they've beaten: Southampton, Brighton, Burnley, and Norwich. Nobody really in the top half of the table. That's worrying times there for Everton. And they had a lot of hope coming into the season.
100%.
But
look at the goals they've been leaking as well.
Right, but we've got to move on now, Nathan. What are your plans, vlogging wise, this week?
Right, so this week. Tomorrow night, which is Wednesday, of course, Hull City, that's going to be a vlog, that'll be on Thursday. And I can't believe we're missing this one on Saturday, but we're missing going to Luton Town, so that's going to have to be a live stream. Bet you're going to miss walking through that person's house to get into the away end.
And predictions wise, we'll be doing the prediction, or I'll be doing the predictions for the Championship for the weekend. We've got a couple of Premier League this weekend, which we've just done, but I think it's Tuesday and Wednesday fixtures next week. And there's going to be the weekend after that. So those two, it may be a little bit different on those two, on how we present them. It might be we have to do those fixtures early, so just watch out what's going on there. But if there's nothing else now, Nathan, we're going to both bid you farewell. Remember to leave your predictions on the Super Blue website and in the comment section. But for now, we bid you all farewell. Enjoy the football, and we'll see you all in the next video.
There we go. Right, I'm going to bid a time.